Well, it wasn't the first half today that did us in. It was the start of the second. It's been what's earmarking our team right now is a real lack of consistency, being able to sustain. We played as well in the first half as we played in some time. I thought we did a tremendous job of trying to take Michigan out of what they want to do. John's teams traditionally are execute at a very, very high clip and do things extremely well if you let them. And we thought that we could get after their point guard play a little bit, and I thought we did a nice job in the first half. Our ball pressure was very good. Greg came in off the bench, and Ebo challenged shots at the rim. He blocked a few shots. He gave us some rim protection, covered up some mistakes, and I thought our activity defensively was very good. But it was nice to see Kipper get a few balls to go down and be consistent. But second half was all them, and we opened the half with two unforced turnovers, and then we've got to grow up. We put our head down, we quit fighting, and we let what happens on the offensive end affect us. And LaRon has been sick. He's fighting it terrible and not sleeping, and we had got him to a doctor in Minneapolis, and so he wasn't up to speed. But again, that's no excuse for the outcome of the game. But give Michigan a lot of credit. They're have 14 wins for a reason. They're a veteran team, and really put on a clinic in the second half against us.
Coach, how were you able to get a good start against Michigan in the beginning of the game? Well,
we talked about it because we got 22 down at Minnesota the other night, and I'm tired of watching it, to be honest. It's not a personnel thing with us. It's a focus issue. It's we just made one simple change, and Guns have played in a couple others. Michael Finke was gone. He had to fly back to Champaign and miss practice today due to a death in his family. But it's not it's a focus thing, and again, we talked about really being able to get after the point guard play and not let them run things. And we're one of the top teams in the country in forcing turnovers. I don't know, I think they had 12, 13, 14 and a half. For a team that averages 8 or 9. So again, that's a sign of a well-coached team and a veteran team. They bounced back and didn't hardly turn it over the second half, and we didn't fight them enough.
Right, a very different group than the team that you saw last March. I wonder, just what differences you see, especially in the half court, of what they're doing this year.
Well, it starts at the point, and I'm not downplaying Xavier or any of their other guys, but when we played them in the tournament, Walton was playing as well as any point guard, and I played in the Big 12, which was loaded with point guards last year, and coached in that league. He was playing as well as any point guard in America. They made 16 threes last year in the game because we watched it. 14 of them were contested, and obviously the tempo was good. And we had a pro point guard, and it was a high level game offensively. But they're a lot of the same characters, do the same things, and we knew what was coming. We've got to learn to sustain and fight.
You mentioned Wednesday that Greg had been good in practice the last couple of weeks. Did he just need to see it happen on the court to maybe put two of these back-to-back like this?
Yeah, and I mean, Greg defensively he's always been an impactful guy for us. And it's learning to not make mistakes. The one thing Greg does for us in our ball screen offensively is he sprints to the rim. So he stresses the defense. And at some point it's going to click, because we'll start making threes again. Right now we're not making. And when you can stress a defense by having him run to the rim and have three-point shooters around him, then we become pretty potent. And again, Trent has been a guy that all year long has gotten to the rim as well. So we're just trying to put him together. But I've been really pleased with Greg and his improvement offensively. He's a great screener. And then obviously his athleticism defensively just impacts us tremendously because he can fly around and he can recover and cover up. He covers up some mistakes we make.
In the front?
Trent did have 5 turnovers and Mark Smith 6. Are they just playing too fast right now?
You know, I think it's freshmen. It's you know, that's a problem we've got to overcome. They've got to overcome. You know, Mark had 2 silly ones. He jumps in the air and just pitches it. You know, Trent had one of those early. You know, and it's just you know, every game somebody scouts and they do something different. They're not used to seeing scouting and at this level and then it gets that size. So they've been, you know, Trent's been really good at taking care of the ball for the most part. But we got Mark going. Mark made some shots early, and then gets a couple cheap fouls, and we have to sit, and then he's got to learn to stay in it. And when he has to go sit and you know, stay dialed into the game in the moment, not just when it's going good, but when he has to sit. That's youth.
All the way in the back.
Right back here in the back. You made some changes last year at Oklahoma State, not quite at this point yet. Do you see it getting to that point where you're going to need to make some wholesale changes?
No, you know, we're right there. I like where we're going. We're not shooting the ball well, and we're not sustaining. You saw it tonight in the first half. I mean, that's a really good Michigan basketball team. They've proven that with who they've beaten and who they've played, and we took them out of everything. Now, sustaining that for 40 minutes, we've got to get figured out. And completely different set of issues last year than what we have right now. I'm actually, for a guy that just got annihilated in the second half, I've been pretty pleased with the way we've been guarding and we've been doing some things. But you know, offensively, we got to start making some shots, and that's. Opened the game the other night 1 for 19, and then we go 3 for 100 today from 3. You know, that's never win college basketball without making shots.
In the middle.
Maybe one of Kipper's better games in a while. What would you maybe attribute that to? Good practicing.
He's starting to listen. You know, at some point, I've got a couple of rules on this team, and one of them's listen. And because when you listen, you have the ability to change, and you're committed to your team, and you're. He was really good at practice yesterday, really good. So we all thought that he might have a very good game. It's nice to see. I'm really happy for Kipper because we can sure use it.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.